Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor Scholars. It is crazy how we have seen a complete and utter rewind of every bad choice that Bungie has made in Edge of Fate. Probably the worst update and expansion we've ever had. Second to probably Curse of Osiris. I'd say the update and changes are worse than Curse of Osiris, but the content itself, well, there wasn't much content. Let's be honest. I think it's on par with Curse of Osiris and content-wise. But before we do that, subscribe. That's right. Subscribe right now. We're close to 4,000, and then we're making our way to 5,000. When we do, the beard at 5,000, the beard goes away. Jack Black will cry tears of sadness because Sai will be replaced as his body double. But you know what? You know what's going to make people cry? Bungie is backtracking as much shit as possible. What am I talking about? What's up, F? What are we talking about? Well, let's go to it, shall we? And as chat rolls in, we're doing this live. We'll let them sound off. Destiny 2 made a tweet yesterday. Yes, October 3rd, it's October 14th. Update regarding unstable cores. Last week, we announced that unstable cores would not reset with the launch of Destiny 2 Renegades on December 2nd, 2025. We noted in the tweet that we would provide future updates on how we would rebalance the economy of this currency. We have landed on a plan to fully deprecate this currency. Once deprecated, the infusion costs and an amount will cost an amount of an enhancement cores and glimmer. Overall, we found that unstable cores have been too restrictive across power levels and failed to drive interesting build crafting decisions, where they be powering up through campaign missions and wanting to try different weapons, or going into endgame content and looking to infuse lower level gear to higher power levels. We don't have an exact patch for this change just yet, but we are working rapidly to align on the target date. In the short term, we have 2 items of note shipping tomorrow of Destiny Update 9.1.1 or 5.1, whatever, so many numbers. Our goal is to help players with smaller amounts of unstable cores infuse gear alongside power and progression changes going live tomorrow, which is today, which we'll try that out, and the currency can be retired. We have added a one-time reward of 77777 unstable cores to the catch-up chest that will be available in the tower tomorrow at reset. We highly recommend signing in and using these before they're removed. We are shipping a minor change that reduces the number of unstable cores needed for infusion at higher power levels until they are depreciated. We will provide additional updates. Now, we got the update today, what's important here is the tag on. Adding a portal change we've communicated previously, but wasn't in the initial published draft of the patch notes. All bonus drops now get power matching the other scored engrams. That's cool. As you can see, they're starting to roll back the changes. They're starting to remove everything that people fucking hated except for the power progression. They kind of removed it for Renegades, but they have not completely removed the power grind. I just want to say, anyone giving this a W is a dumbass. How can I applaud them removing something? How can I applaud them saying thank you for listening when no one asked for this? No one asked for unstable cores. In fact, we had legendary shards, which were removed for this very reason. Bungie stated that they were too restrictive, that it was unfair that veterans had more and then other players didn't. In fact, I would argue and say that unstable cores were programmed to be worse than legendary shards. So what the fuck are you talking about? Why would anyone giving this a praise is stupid as fuck. The bar is so low that Bungie, there's experimenting, right? And I think being innovative and trying new things out is okay. But when you have a template of supposed failure already, legendary shards, and then you make something that's worse than that template, I can't praise you for being more retarded. Like we like what are we talking about? How can I give praise to something that should have never happened in the first place? And this is feedback that was given out day fucking one, when people realized how many, people like sped run progressing to 450, and people are like, yo, this is ridiculous. And guess what? It got worse. And now we have charts showing how bad it is, and Bungie's like, yo, our bad, we're removing it. And I'm glad we're getting rid of this system. It should have never. Here's the deal. Bungie always experiments with currency. There is one thing that you cannot argue against. Bungie sucks when it comes to implementing currency. Materials, anything of that sort, they are just absolutely horrendous at. Leave it to the real MMOs. Stop messing with currency. Get rid of it. Stop it. You can't do accurate currency at fucking all. You just, it's not happening. A good example is crafting. When it was introduced, there was like 30 different crafting things. And then Bungie started rolling those back. Bungie started removing all the different extra materials you needed for crafting because it was too restrictive. Like Bungie always tries to throwing stuff out there and then rolls it back. They waste dev time and they just end up pissing off their community. Just stop. It is very obvious that you don't know what the fuck you're doing when it comes to currency. You could argue they don't know what they're doing with the rest of the game. Just fucking stop. Do what people are wanting. By the way, this is not actually changing, like it's changing a good portion of it, but it's redirecting the problem from unstable cores to now we're back to where we were, where we had issues with fucking, not enhancement, but glimmer. Like, I think enhancement is easier to get now than glimmer. Glimmer has always been a pain point, especially it being ball-necked so low. If you play any real MMO, they have millions and millions of gold currency, but Glimmer is capped at 500. Makes no fucking sense. It's obviously an engine issue. Bungie's little shitty engine can't handle it. But any real MMO would crank that shit up so you could stockpile it, and you know, it's not like you didn't earn it. You're playing the fucking game. Or have a way for you to be able to bank Glimmer or something, some way to do some kind of exchange. Let me exchange Ascendant shards or something for Glimmer. Let me sell you, like a real MMO. Let me sell you shit. Like, this is just changing, and it depends on how generous they're willing to be, because like I said, unstable cores were very ungenerous. Like the infusion cost was a lot. Right now, I think unstable cores, for me to infuse low level stuff, it's like 3,000 unstable cores. Holy shit. Do you want me to spend 3,000 enhancement cores? That, like, my God. It is a pain point that doesn't need existing. If you ask me what I think Bungie should really do, I think they should remove infusion completely. Infusion should just go away, because every other fucking like, when I say infusion, I mean like the cost to it. Every other game just makes you upgrade your loot. Obviously, Destiny is not a real MMO, and people will be really pissed off if they can't use their one specific loot because it's not high level, and then they would have to go refarm it again. Like, in a real MMO, that's what would happen, except there wouldn't be light levels. It would be based on world tiers and shit like that, and rankings and all this other shit, right? I personally just think that we need to get rid of currency for infusion. Let people play. The focus should be the game itself, the content. But there's this back ass words, how the game has been. It's all about collecting material and power progressing, and not actually the game itself. And that's what's killing Destiny. Like, that is verbatim what is killing Destiny. Not all of it, but that's a big part of it. And I don't see, like, why. All of this could be avoided if Bungie just didn't ask. You know, they should have polled people. They should have done a survey. Everyone would have told you that this is a bad idea. Especially if you gave percentages, like, as you gave up, all right, here's our chart of how everything plays out, people would have been like, no. It's crazy that we have, the community has to do the work to build a chart to show percentages and then show, yeah, that was a stupid idea. And let's be honest, this whole thing was just the pad game time. That's all it is. They knew what they were doing. This isn't a surprise to Bungie. This was pre-planned. This was part of the project. This was it. It's real MMO. You have to get rare materials, need upgrade high tier armor first. That's what I'm saying. Like, but and here's the reality. If they want to make a real MMO, that's what Destiny 3 should be. If they want to go into the time sinks like a real MMO, Destiny 3. Destiny 2, like the ship has sailed. Stop trying to change it into something it's not. Saw that yesterday. Bungie says we're removing legendary shards. Now we're adding legendary shards, but then they'll go away. Infusion scales depending on the level difference between items. Bungo moment. Yeah. It should have been a I think unstable cores would have been better if they were just a preset amount. Like, it would have been better. People would have received unstable cores much like at a better rate. But the fact that it scales at your level was just asinine. And of course, I gave my thoughts. Good job. Now get rid of power level. Agreed. Let's look at, I want to see what people are reposting, because there was a lot of reposts that had me scratching my head. At this point, just revert the game to pre-Edge of Fate. That's already the route we're on. Just do it and make Renegades fun. I miss strikes and nightfalls. I agree. I miss doing strikes and nightfalls. Good. Infusion should not cost any currency. That has been my standing point for 8 years. You know, Scarrow may be a shill. He may try to go back and forth, you know, even going as far as saying that Bungie, he has friends at Bungie, but he's not a shill. But you gotta admit, he does give some good points. Rip Bozo. Yep. Rest in peace. Okay, if we're going to change this to cores and glimmer, can we finally increase the glimmer cap? Please. Please. Big W, please don't make any more stupid currencies and raise the glimmer cap next. Yes, true. Nothing in here fixes the acute problem of unstable cores, which is the cost that infusion scales. All this is doing is getting rid of currency and replacing it with one we already have. It's basically just getting rid of the boogeyman. That's it. Exactly. In 6 months, there will be nothing left from the Edge of Fate update. We can only pray that that's the case. I usually wait till last minute to pick up the stuff Zavala gives out, but since the servers are down, I guess I'm losing all that. And the arms, yeah, unfortunate. I picked my stuff up yesterday. Remove from item level. Yep, there you go. Me looking at my stack of enhancement cores get more useful by the day. Freedom, there it is. Great change, fix a problem they created, etc. See you next time. Yep. Guys, we're fixing. I found my thumbnail. Every time they make a change, I need to just put this in there because it's true. This is true. Bungie fixing the problems they create after already solving the issue a year ago. You know what? Fucking cheers. Get your drinks out. Cheers to that. This is the funniest shit ever. You get my like, and I really hope Bungie can break out of the cycle of creating their own problems and then having to invest time to fixing them. The currency shouldn't have been greenlit in the first place. Solid care package, though, should at least ease things for catching up players. It's insane to me. It is insane to me that Bungie creates their own problems. It's like, why? Why do you, I'm telling you, the community itself is a masochist, but so is Bungie. Bungie creates their own problems. They are literally a masochistic company. Remove the currency 3 months after launch shows how bad of a change it was. Exactly. Blue Powerade legendary shards lasted 3 months. Bungie, when they accidentally reintroduced legendary shards. Oh, yeah. The absolute masses of W's. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I would give them a W. For a higher glimmer cost. Now there's a reason for people to play the game. Fuck. Make it so you upgrade the tiers. Never understood why they don't just uncap glimmer and make it everything currency. Now there's a reason for people to play the game. Fuck it, make it so you can upgrade tiers of stuff for a higher glimmer cost. If you could have a shit ton of glimmer, I would be okay with this. I agree. I think that you should have one fucking currency like every other fucking MMO, and you can have materials, but like one fucking currency is enough. Now I know there's other games that have different currency too, but Destiny's not a real MMO. Like, keep it simple. Could we also make raid banners free, please? Bungie is fully deprecating unstable cores as a currency and says we found that unstable cores have been too restrictive across power levels. Yeah. Rolled with 6 7s. We won. We're starting to come back. I can feel it. Yes, so Destiny's healing. The real healing begins when Bungie is gone. Add a currency, realized it was implemented horribly, and then remove said currency. Classic Bungie. Good change. Also, can you feel it? That faint whiff of hope, a walk back on power leveling, or maybe not a full reversal, just adjustments to the system so it's no longer an issue. I can almost taste it. God, Joker. Man, I've got to make videos about Joker. Like, some of his comments on Twitter, like he's another level of, like, I aspire to be the villain of Destiny 2, but Joker still holds that title, unfortunately. I mean, Joker, it's in the name. Okay, Bungie, remember from now on, you wanted to simplify currency a few seasons ago. You tried, but then you continue to introduce new ones. Stop it. Keep it simple. Bungie, unstable cores are gone. Yep, we're fixing the problem we created ourselves. I don't really give a fuck either way, since the company has cut off the entire CIS region from the game, but damn, they look pathetic. We never did cover that, by the way. We never did cover the fact that Bungie cut off the CIS region. See, we need to tank that player base number way down, and they start listening. Maybe it's a little late. That's the thing. I think a lot of this is a nothing burger because they're still making you have to probably do an absurd amount of fusion for bullshit, but this whole drama could have been prevented with a simple few tests before release. Now you probably have invested 100 times the time to fix a bad system, which should have been better spent on other things. If that isn't Bungie and why they are an incompetent dev team and why I have no faith and why I'm okay with Bungie losing their jobs. I don't care. I have no empathy for a company that continues to disrespect its consumers. And listen, you decide to work at a shitty company, you continue to support a shitty company. I don't care if it's got to pay the bills. You are actively participating in a shitty company. I have no empathy for you if you lose your job because of it. The company's shitty. Who would have thought? You see that the shitty company is being shitty to its consumers, and then people stop consuming your content. Guess what's on the chopping block? Your job. Surprise, surprise. Who would have fucking thought that was going to happen? They should have lowered the cost for infusion before making the change. I don't think the system itself was bad. It's just all the talking heads can't get enough of that drama bait and blow things out of proportion. And here we have someone that is fucking stupid. The talking heads. Yes. It's funny until you realize that this system is just legendary shards on crack. It's literally just, it's funny. You can tell who's never played Destiny before, like a very long time. You could just immediately tell because they would know that legendary shards existed, and Bungie apparently removed them for this very reason. Who would have thought? Creates their own problem. It doesn't work out. Backtracks on it. Repeat cycle. Smell you later, unstable cores. This game is a joke of backs and forths. Can't even. Eventually, every system that came with Edge Fate will end up depreciating as it should be. Yes, I cannot wait for the portal to go fucking away. I cannot wait. We can all pray for the downfall of Portal. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, I cannot wait for the downfall of fucking Portal. I want to dance on that grave. If there's something I want to dance on, it's the fucking grave of the Portal. Abso-fucking-lutely. Now, I know there was people that were upset, like they were just absolutely unstable. I have 18,000 unstable cores. Why do people bitch about them so much? Yeah, let's look at some of the people trying to defend it. You're probably doing it for one character. I don't know why y'all use your brains and realize the exception doesn't make the rule. Who said it doesn't? I was asking a question. because if I had to level up 36 builds over 3 characters at around 4,456k per loadout from 200 at that cost, that would add up roughly 16 million unstable cores needed. Yeah, it's absurd. The amount that you would have to spend right here. Perfect. Thank you. It goes up, but it gets worse, by the way. This isn't even it. It gets worse. It gets worse. This shit is awful. What is this shit? You have this, which is, you know, this is acceptable. And then you have this shit. The people defending this isn't crazy. Unstable cores and enhancement cores were never an issue. The restricted pointless portal that basically unset. Yeah, I mean, they were both an issue. Why can't you bring legendary shards? We're bringing them back. The cores weren't providing build crafting. My dudes, I have a serious resource management issue, and knowing the fusion cost was so high for certain items guarantee I played a different style. Your goals are met. You're just listening to the whiners and time sinkers. Princess Retard right here. We have Mrs. Princess Retard. The cores weren't providing build crafting, my dudes. I have a serious resource management issue. Knowing the infusion cost was so high, I played a different style. It's so funny. I played a different, just read. Did you read? Provide build crafting. I played a different style. That's all you need to know. The problem for me is the power drop time investment. Read what you wrote. I played a different style. You played one fucking build. You stupid dumb bitch. I'm not even gonna bother comment because this again, guys, it doesn't impact me. I play one build, one character, guys. The system is fine. Man, people do not use their brain unless it impacts them. I'm not joking. Our brains are turned off when it comes to gaming, and it's not just Destiny. I've learned Borderlands has a bunch of, you know, people wanting things nerfed, and it's a single player game. Like, and then you have Call of Duty getting upset that Battlefield doesn't have like shiny, glowy skins. Like, modern gaming is terrifying. Modern gaming is terrifying because they're just like, gamers are retards. I feel terrified that these people have the ability to vote or have influence in their country. Nothing says we messed up like giving a pile of currency you're about to delete. Credit where it's due though. Nice to see Bungie actually cleaning house. So see you next time for stable cores. Yeah, next time, stable cores. Ooh, we're back. You still owe the players a state of the game? Yes, you do. Here's an idea. Let players use weapons they wanted to use without having to infuse things. We're getting to the point in the game where there is no reason for power to be tied to weapons anymore. Or just remove power. You're on it. Josh, you're on the right track. You're thinking like, man, there's no reason for this. And you're right. Power progression is simply there just to pad time and waste your time. That's it. It's an illusion to hide the fact that there is no content. The grinding is the content because there's no content. The portal is an illusion masking the reality that 90% of the game is now useless because Bungie is incompetent. You're going to be replacing unstable core rewards with an appropriate amount of enhancement cores though, right? Cores for dismantling of gear based on power, right? It's not going to cost more cores for infusion with less sources to get them, right? It will never not be funny to me that you guys literally got rid of legendary shards with this exact reason. Then you reintroduce legendary shards with a new color as unstable cores, bringing the exact same problems back. How many times will you repeat the same mistake? Thank you. It's not just me. I appreciate this change. However, I'd like to add some clarity regarding both the update and the message itself. You say we found a problem as if the community hadn't been saying for months that the system was restrictive instead of saying we heard you. Yep. Isn't that funny? They refused to say we heard you. They took credit. We found an issue. I just realized that. That is so true. Holy shit. we found the community. It's not even giving credit to the community who's made the decision. Bungie's like, they really think that they make the game for themselves. I can guarantee you. This is why Bungie and Destiny is going down the shitter, is because Bungie is making the game for themselves. They're not, and that's why they changed, like, they're literally making the game for themselves. Their old model was we make games we want to play, and then they changed that. But unironically, they're sticking to the old motto because they're literally making the game for themselves and then patting themselves on the back. We found that cores are a problem. Oh, I'm so glad that you found this to be a problem. I'm so glad you found it to be a problem. Oh no. Yeah, Bungie, we have made a decision that it's time to simplify the economy by removing this currency from the game. Yep. Guys, it's simplified. There was 3 stones in this picture, and now there's 1. Is this D2 content now, making intentional mistakes to fix them later? There's no way you guys got rid of all the bloat and meaningless grind chase to then reiterate it under a new name and icon without knowing you have to roll it back. The BS part of this was infusing an Edge of Fate exotic armor into the same legacy one, and half or more of your unstable cores were gone. There were a lot of issues. There was Hitler is dead. Yep. On. Yeah, I can just see. I can't see anything. As you can see, most people are glad that the Hitler of Destiny is dead. The next Hitler is the Portal, to be honest. Took too long. Nobody cares anymore. And I do think that is a big thing. Like, if we look at the past 24 hours, this doesn't matter because the servers are down, or were down. Yeah, the servers were down. This is the reality right here. People are playing other games. People are playing Battlefield. Like, I'm actually curious. Let's look at it. Battlefield. Oops. Battlefield 6 Steam charts. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I mean, all-time high in 24 hours. Like, people are playing Battlefield, and then there's going to be, you know, Call of Duty for your. I know there's a lot of other games, like there's Pokemon coming out this week as well, but not everyone who plays a first-person shooter likes Pokemon. So I'm not. That's a me example, but other people are going to be playing other games, right? And the reality is this too late? And I think it is. Having to spend 13K cores just to bring an old piece of gear was pretty insane, honestly. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of people excited that this bad decision is being reverted. But at the end of the day, chat, as a final wrap up, YouTube, I don't think anyone should give this praise. No one should say this is a W. No one should be saying good job, Bungie, for fixing their own issue. Like this, right? This is not acceptable. This is it. This is the perfect way to end it right here. Creating the problem that they solved already. This is it. This is the perfect way to end the video. Let me know what you think down below. Should they get rid of infusion completely, or should they go back to legendary shards, or is it okay that it's enhanced some cores and glimmer now? Like, what do you think is acceptable? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers and on our way to 5,000. I'll see you guys in the next one.